In the IELTS listening test, today we'll be looking at the short answer question. This comes up regularly in the exam and can appear in any section of the test. They are particularly common in section 2, which will be a monologue set. In an everyday social context, for example, a welcome talk for new college students, you must listen to the recording and write a short answer in each blank space provided. Sometimes more than one answer will be required. For example, what are the two major concerns new students have regarding accommodation? Now, these kind of questions require two answers to be written. Moving on, in today's lesson, for short answer question type in listening test, it includes firstly the sample questions, as how is the question type asked in the test paper. Then I'll be showing you the required strategies and tips to solve this particular question type. Also, we will be seeing the necessary vocabulary words that are used in this particular audio. We will be also solving the practice questions or the examples. And then at last, we will be discussing and solving the answers together. That will give you a basic idea of what to expect in this particular question type. So, the question you can see on the screen will help you give the basic viewpoint of how this question type is given in the test papers or is asked in the test papers, as this is a scanned image for the past test papers. Moving on to the tips and strategies that will require you to solve this question type. Now, you have to make a note over here that you will have a short time to prepare before the speaker begins talking. You all must use this time to familiarize yourself with the questions and focus your mind on what you need to listen out for, and also prepare yourself to listen the various extended audios. Now, let us begin with the tips and strategies. Firstly, you have to read the instructions very carefully, paying particular attention to how many words you are allowed to write for the answer, as this does vary from questions. The instructions for our simple questions states that you must write no more than 3 words and or a number for each answer. Now, if you write more than 3 words, your answer will be marked as incorrect, even if the information you give is partially correct. You need to write 2, 3 or 1 words only, or a number. Instructions do vary and the limit could be 2 words and or a number, or only 1 word. So don't get caught up in this particular instructions. You need to be very cautious while reading and understanding this particular instructions. Secondly, answer order. The answers will come in the same order in the recording as they are listed in the question. So for this question, you will hear answer 1 first, and then only you will be listening to the answer number 2 and 3 and 4, and so on. Well, this will make it easier to pick out the answer than if they were in a random order. Try to predict what the answers might be. This will help you focus your mind on what to listen out for in the audio. Occasionally, you will be able to predict the actual word, but mostly it's one or more of these things that you will be able to determine. Now, these are the type of information that is required, example being name, a date, time, phone numbers, address, price, etc. Also, the type of word required here can be a noun, an adjective, and verb, an adverb, and many more. Any clues you can get over here will help you to understand the audio and identify the information needed for the answer. Now, synonyms and paraphrasing will be used extensively in all the audios, so you will not be only be listening for the exact words that are used in the questions, but also the different words and phrases that have the same particular meaning. In your preparation time, scan the questions and you have to underline the key words that are likely to be replaced by the synonyms or paraphrases. Then quickly think of the words that might be used instead of those words. Here you can see that I have underlined some of the words in these sentences as the key words for the students, and some of them are regularly used in the short answer questions. Now, these 6 types are time, numbers, price, dates, letters, addresses, etc. You must be able to recognize them in the speech and to write them correctly in the answers. Now, you all candidates must watch out for different distractors. The examiners may try and catch you out with distractors. Now, a distractor is a word or a phrase that changes or corrects the original piece of information that is given. So, you may be given an answer and then have it taken away again. Here are some example sentences containing distractors that I have highlighted the relevant words. Let us take an example from this. Entrance price was 650 euros per person until May 1st, when it increased by 20% to 6.70 euros. Now, the use of but and however are particularly very common distractors, but there are many other different words and phrases that can be used to change or correct a piece of information, so you need to be very alert for them. Pay attention to the question words. In addition to the key words in the questions, you will need to pay attention to the question words, which will help you answer the questions. You should pay attention to those words which will help you write the correct type of answer. For example, if you see the question word why, you should know that you will have to write out a reason rather than a place. For example, if you would like to have time, you can even write out the type of word you will need to listen out for right beside the question. This is not mandatory, but it helps some people who have problems understanding and remembering basic question words. Now, you must guess if it's necessary. My final tip over here is to never leave a blank space on the answer sheet. If you miss an answer, take an educated guess. This is what I'll be repeating in all my tips and strategies in these questions. This gives you at least some chance of getting it right. Don't stress out about missing or missed an answer, or it will affect your ability to answer the next set of questions. Just make your choice and then move on. You all should move on if you miss out any answer, and by making a guess, just write that answer, as you shall not miss the rest of the test and also the audio. Let us now discuss the vocabulary words that all the candidates must focus on. Time. Time is particularly tricky as there are so many different ways to say it and write it. The next is numbers. Numbers can come up in many different contexts. So make sure that you know how they sound and how to write them. It can be difficult to understand some numbers in certain accents, so listen to them in a range of accents as you practice your listening skills. The numbers like tens and tens can confuse you. 13 and 30 can confuse you at times in different accents. Also, the number in hundreds, thousands, lakhs, crores, etc., and many more can confuse you a little when they are said in different accents. You must practice listening these numbers in different various range of accents. Now let us move on to the prices. It is another common way that numbers are used in the IELTS listening test is as prices. Recording often include discussion of the cost or price of things, especially in the section 1, which is a conversation between two people. Generally, one person will be trying to make a booking of some sort, for example, a hotel room, flights, or a theater tickets. You are most likely to hear the price expressed as dollars, pounds, or euros. Learn these symbols and know how to write the amounts. Then comes the dates. One of the biggest challenges with dates is their spelling. Make sure that you can correctly spell all the days of the week and the months of the year. They always start a capital letter. If you forget this and use all lowercase letters, your answer will be marked as incorrect. Otherwise, another suggestion over here is write all the letters into capital blocks, which will help you to make lesser errors. As there are a maximum of 31 days in any month, you need to recognize and be able to write ordinal numbers up to 31st. It can be also written in the word form as THIRTYFIRST, 31st. In speech, you may hear the day or the month spoken first. Example, today is the 30th of November 2019. Or, we are going to visit my grandmother on June the 10th. I hope that all of you have understood the short answer question type in the IELTS listening test module. Thank you so much.